it accidentally. Sean O'Brien, we are live at Donnie T and Friends. That's right. Hey guys, we are back, and I am so psyched to have my guest, Sean O'Brien. Remember, guys, this is a no knock, no bash zone. So if you got anything negative to say, find somewhere else to say it. Because Donnie T don't play that shit. You know that. Okay? I am very, very happy tonight because Sean is here. And I met Sean, and I didn't even meet him the night I saw him. So this is actually our first in-person meeting. He was on Joey Voices. And Joey, as you know, I had him here a few weeks ago. Very funny man. And a very talented man, voice-wise. But that night I'm sitting there and this guy gets introduced. It's Sean O'Brien kid. Comes out, looks Italian. I said, this is no fucking Irishman. He comes out there and he starts his thing. And I said, wow, he made me laugh. It's hard to make me laugh. I don't laugh at everybody. But I said, maybe it's just a coincidence, right? Next thing you know, he comes up with something else. I said, this kid it's actually funny. And as I watched him, it wasn't only the humor. It was that raw talent that not everybody possesses. But this kid has it in spades. Okay, he's out there. He's doing his thing. And I know from my own experiences, entertaining and trying to be as poised as possible. I know inside every performer, just about every performer I have ever met, and some of the biggest ones, you have that inferno inside you. You're a nervous wreck, but you don't let anybody see it. And this kid was so poised, cool as a cucumber. But now let me ask him, how were you really when you get up on that stage?
I'm shitting my pants before I get up there every single time. Yeah. Every time.
No exceptions.
Yeah. No, there hasn't been one time where I wasn't nervous.
Yeah, like even right now, you're a little nervous.
A little bit. I'm always pretty nervous.
Well, that's okay. But a little nervous is good. Remember what I told you. Anxiety is your friend.
Yeah.
And entertaining and acting and comedy especially. Anxiety is your friend. I know I did it. So I'm not talking about something I've never done. Mm-hmm. The first one I did with Johnny Peasy, I was scared shit. and I was 74 years old, okay? I was petrified. And I was supposed to do 5 to 7 minutes. And I said, Johnny, just do me one favor. Don't pull me off stage until I'm done. He said, oh, I'll never do that. You're my friend. 7 minutes in, the light flashes on me. And that means wrap it up, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I'm going to be one and done, you know. So I say, I see the light, Johnny. I see the light. And I just kept going. I did 15 minutes. I was drenched from sweating from nerves, right? But he yelled at me. And I said, Johnny, now I know I like it. So that was it. So tell me about your mom and dad. Because if they're in your corner, to me, that's the most important thing in life.
Yeah.
What you do for your kids. And I'm sure, judging from the gentleman that you are, that you've been since I met you, there have to be something. There has to be something strong behind you.
Oh yeah, my parents are the best.
Yeah.
No, I've never have a bad thing to say about them. Good. They've always been supportive. You know, didn't spoil us, but we had everything we wanted because they wanted to provide that for us.
Yeah.
They worked hard and showed me and my brother to work hard too.
Good.
And they're just I owe everything to them for what I've done
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
And
So you told me your mother is a great Italian cook. Is that true?
yes, yeah, she is.
What's her favorite? What's your favorite?
I love chicken cutlets. She makes cutlets.
Oh yeah, I always like them. So how about lasagna?
I like lasagna.
Eggplant.
Yeah. Eggplant.
She makes all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm coming over.
All right.
after I get off my carnivore diet, of course. I can do the chicken cutlets though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad, what's Dad do?
Dad is a Teamster.
A Teamster.
Yeah. Fourth generation.
What's his first name?
Also Sean.
Sean, I got to tell you, I don't know how you spell it. Probably the same as your son.
The right way.
Yeah, well, my son is S-H-A-W-N. So, in fact, actually, though, on his birth certificate, it's S-E-A-N.
Yeah.
So, Sean, let me tell you this, okay? Mr. Obrian, I was talking to your son. He said to me, you got to get on your podcast on my dad. Well, here's a guy that really thinks highly of you. And I know he's not bullshitting me. So if you ever, this is an open invitation, if you got the balls to come on my podcast, I know one thing. He's saying to himself, I'll show this bitch. So if you get the balls to come on my podcast, he says you're a very interesting man. And judging from what you do, and I'm involved with the Teamsters insofar as Local 25, whenever I'm on a movie set, those are the guys that I got to know. And we probably know a couple of mutual people. I'm sure you're in a different Teamsters union, but I'm sure you know some 25s. So
yeah, he used to be the head of 25.
He used to be?
Yeah.
No shit. I thought I knew that name, O'Brien.
Yeah.
I may have met him.
Probably, yeah. He looks like me, but without a beard.
Yeah, I may have met him. Yeah. Yeah, somebody said to me, "Oh, Tony, that's the guy. That's the man." You know what? I like people that are down to earth. And if he's down to earth, I liked him already.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it is. It's not easy coming up the ladder.
Oh, no. Didn't look it.
No.
I mean, I have no idea. But
no, but you know why? Because he stopped all the arrows and the bullets so that you could have a good life.
Oh, yeah.
You know? He's the man. He's the front man. He's the man that stepped in front of the danger.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. That's what I did for my kid.
Yeah.
You know, I got to be honest with you. This is like a selfish thing for me to have this man on because I want to be on the ground floor when he makes it big. And trust me, he is going to make it big. He's got a great way about him. As long as he doesn't get caught up in the politics of it. Politics suck. Even in everyday politics that we're going through right now, they suck. They can really ruin a person. If he stays to himself and doesn't get involved with the politics, as long as he knows the good people that have helped him, that will help him along the way. In fact, there's a guy that helped you out a lot, a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Just talk to me about him a little.
Paul D'Angelo, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's the first person who sat down with me and showed me like how to write material and like stage presence, what to look for everyday life.
Yeah.
And kind of just to journal everything throughout the day. So everything with like writing and my jokes and stuff was all taught to me by Paul. And he really went out of his way to help me when I first started. He would have me like go over his house. He would go over everything. I would take videos. He would go over everything, and he was brutally honest with me too, which I love.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, and
that's respect.
He would say like, "This sucks, but here's how you make it better."
Yeah,
and I owe most of this so far to him.
Good.
He really opened the door for me.
That's great.
Yeah.
He could open the door, but like I say to my son, and my son, thankfully, he went to Las Vegas like 15 years ago and had a TV show and a radio show. And I said to him, Sean, you're only as good as your opportunities. You get the opportunity, you got to make the most of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're doing. And I see that. I'm not jealous of many people about many things, but I am jealous about youth. And no way I can get that sucker back, no matter what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
If youth was in a bottle, I'd be drunk on it, you know? Yeah. I think it's great to be able to help young people. I was a baseball coach, you know. I taught acting classes in junior high and high school, though I wasn't a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I got a job because of my background as an actor. But I'll tell you something my father said to me once. Story I told you. Remember? My father said, you're a lazy bum. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to work. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. Well, you know what? I hate to say he was right. But one day I was laying on my bed and I was thinking, I know what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be an actor, Dad. My boy wants to be an actor. Is that right? I says, yeah, Dad, I want to be an actor. He says, why don't you be a baker? A baker? Why a baker? At least you'll get some roles. It's the truth. Right? So I wish I became a baker, however. And that's that for that. Yeah. So go on, give me a little more. You said you're gonna.
Oh yeah. About what?
I don't know. See, okay, I'll come up with things. Here we go. Of all the jokes that you do up there,
yeah.
Okay, do you have any favorites?
Yeah, I do.
Now, forgive me for asking you. What would be like one of your favorite jokes that always gets a big laugh?
Probably me looking Asian.
A little bit.
Yeah. It's the eyes. Yeah. And it's a bigger laugh than I'd like, but
yeah. That's a good one.
It's good.
That's
it works.
Yeah. So, what made you ever want to be a comedian? That's going to be of all the occupations there are, comedian has to be number one toughest. You know, when you go out there, you don't go out there just to perform. You have to make everybody out there laugh. And I remember thinking that when I first went out on stage.
Mm.
I says, holy shit, I got to make all these bums laugh. I'm responsible for their laughter, not just entertaining them. But I give you a lot of credit because it takes a lot of balls to do that. You know, you've had to have had a lot of encouragement in your life. Your parents must be unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
You know, and they encourage you to do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they never say, oh, are you foolish? Are you crazy? Why do you want to be a comedian? You could do so many different things. You have so many different opportunities to do this and that. Maybe they have said that somewhere along the line.
Well, I was scared. I didn't tell them for a while when I started doing it. I told my mom first.
Yeah, of course. Everybody tells their mom first.
Yeah, but I was terrified to tell my dad.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was going to say that. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
But he's been nothing but supportive.
A lot of times you'd be surprised by their open-mindedness, you know?
Yeah, I was.
Your dad didn't end up where he is today doing what he does because he was shy. I mean, shy initially, but when push came to shove, he had a shove.
Yeah.
You know, so that's good. God bless you. And God bless him. And God bless all good parents out there because, you know, as a young guy, I had another child I told you about and I lost him, but I don't want to get into sadness. But I got married a second time and my son, Sean, I ended up raising him alone. So what do? Do I go out and try to make it as an actor? No. The acting world didn't need me as much as my son did.
Mm-hmm.
So I always had his back. I was always in his corner. I wanted to make sure his dreams came true. Dreams are only dreams unless you put them into action,
Mm-hmm.
and then they become reality, your reality. Other people might dream them, but when you do them, it's just the whole thing comes boom. You say, someday, as with me, I could say, I know I'm doing a lot of the talking because I know it's hard to be interviewed, as it is with you. You have one word answers. And in fact, my son's first show he did, he said, Dad, I'm going to go live. I said, Sean, don't do it. You don't want to go live. Yeah, Dad, I do. I really do. And it's going to be a call-in station. I said, oh, Sean, don't do it. So sure enough, the night of the show comes. And he had a lot of balls. He called the show the show. So, yeah. So he's doing his live thing. So I said, so what are you going to do? He says, well, I got this band. They play at all the high school dances and everything. And they're going to come in and I'm going to interview them. Okay. I said, did you write any questions out? He shows me 10 questions. I said, Sean, let me tell you something. 10 questions ain't going to do it. You need 10 times 10 because these kids are going to give you one word answers. Within a minute and a half to 2 minutes, all the questions were gone. They were done. So my son looked at me like this. He goes, and I went, pretty much you're on your own, son. Now we got people calling in on the phone, right? And he says, you faggot, this show sucks. And I see my son, he's as red as a beet, right? He's dying. And I laugh. And, but here's the funny part of it. I knew that night that he was going to be successful in his chosen career. How did I know that? Because he didn't quit after that. He didn't say, fuck this, I'm not going to do this anymore. He didn't say that. He stuck with it. And he became really, really good at it. And your parents will know this guy's name. He ended up getting a job in Rhode Island. It's called the Road Show, like in Rhode Island. And he got a contract for like a year. And he got to interview Ernest Borgnine. To me, he was the cat's ass. Ernest Borgnine, McHale's Navy. You don't remember that?
No.
Your son doesn't remember shit. So what am I going to do with this kid? Doesn't drink coffee. What am I going to do with him? So anyway, I think it's a great thing that he's doing. He's got a future. He doesn't have to grovel for money. He tells me he's a millionaire. You guys put $1 million in his account. That's what he told me. That sounds like bullshit to me, but I'm not sure. So,
I'm no millionaire.
No. So your son tells me he's getting married when he's about 45. So I didn't want to alarm you.
Or 50.
Or 50. And I tell him that's the way to go, buddy. Be who you are before anything else gets in your way.
Yeah, I gotta do my thing first. And then don't think about that stuff.
Now let me ask you. Where are some of the places that you've played? I know you're new at it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've done Off Cabot in Beverly.
Oh yeah, I did that one once.
Yeah, and then
that's a little humbling.
The Off Cabot?
Yeah. Unless you had a good audience.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was like the new club they opened up.
Oh, it's a new one then. Yeah.
Oh, not I didn't do the theater.
Oh no, I know the theater too.
Yeah.
This was a little club.
Yeah,
I did that one.
And then I've done the Regent Theater with Johnny Peasy.
Yeah.
Paul. And Tony V was there. It was like a bunch of Dave Russo.
Yeah. Dave is going to be back on again. I talked to him.
I've done a bunch of shows with Dave.
Yeah.
I was at Dave at Wamisit Lanes and then Giggles.
Yeah.
Last week.
Oh, that's big for you to be at Giggles.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. That was a good show.
Yeah. I heard a lot about you being at Giggles, but that wasn't what made me say, "Oh, I got to get this kid on." You know, it was the night that I saw you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the advice of other people sometimes and check it out. But when I checked it out initially, your raw talent and your stage presence, you know, whether you think you look Asian or not, I think you look more Italian. Don't get upset, Mr. Obrian. He does have that Italian side shining. But no, he does. You do a great job. Great job. It was fucking phenomenal.
Thank you.
And Joey.
He's the best.
Joey's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
I love Joey. When he was here that night, he says, "I don't want to do any impressions. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that." I said, "Okay, Joey. Okay. I respect that. Before you know it, I had him flying. He was doing everything. He was doing, because you know why? He felt comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and I want you to feel comfortable, you know. Remember what I said? You're going like that, but you don't really remember.
Yeah, well, once I feel comfortable, it's just going to start flying out.
No, not just that. That's going to happen anyway. I want your 8x10 when you start getting some pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get an 8x10. I have what I call a celebrity wall in my living room. And I want his picture up there, signed, of course, you know, an autograph. And he's gonna do really, really, really well in this business. I just got a funny feeling. And I might not be the most talented guy I know, but I know what talent is, you know, and I see it. And seldom have I been wrong. So your kid's got a great future ahead of him. You know,
Thank you.
If worse comes to worse, he could always join the union.
I'm in there now.
Oh, I figured. Get me in, will you? Yeah, no, I'm in the Screen Actors Guild. It seems like they're on strike all the time, and that friggin' how about that mandate? I couldn't work. I couldn't be in a movie unless I had all my shots.
Oh, really?
And I didn't believe in the shots, and I still don't believe in them, and I didn't want to take them.
Me either. I never go.
Yeah, fuck that. Excuse my language. But I'm telling this to your parents. Your son said that that language comes natural in your family. Fuck this and that and the other thing. Yeah. My mother, it's funny. My mother, when she was a young girl, wanted to be a nun until she met my father. And then she became a bookie. And I used to call her, with her language, F this and F that. I used to call her Mike the truck driver. Oh, yeah. I'm a project kid from Revere. You know, there's a lot to be said about the projects. I learned a lot there, a lot of experiences, you know. I take nothing for granted. You know, struggle is another way of saying, hey, we're all in the same battle, you know, struggle.
Yeah, I was the suburbs kid, so I had no idea.
That's okay. You were a suburb. Where'd your father grow up?
Medford.
Where? Was it projects?
No.
Was it a regular house?
Yeah.
It was not the Taj Mahal.
No,
he had to earn to where he got.
Yeah.
So I give him a lot of credit, you know. And the key word that I use, and I'm sure it applies to him, hustle.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about hustle.
Yep.
Am I right, Mr. O? Absolutely. It's all about hustle. He got to where he got today because of hustle.
Yeah. That's all I used to yell at us. Sports.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Hustle. Yeah.
That was his favorite word.
Did you play baseball?
No, I sucked at baseball.
Yeah.
I played football.
Me too. What position?
Running back.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Du warst schnell. That's German for you were fast.
I was not fast. I wasn't fast at all, no.
But you made the moves.
Yeah, I was quick. Definitely had no breakaway speed though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was a tackle. Last thing in the world I wanted to be was a tackle. If I had known more about football, which I didn't, baseball was my thing, I would have been an inside linebacker or I forget. Anyway, on the defensive side, it would have been better. They wouldn't let me. I wanted to be a fullback, but they wouldn't let me do that. I had legs of steel. Now I could barely walk. I tell you the truth. I used to move furniture when I was a young kid, and like I started. I think I was 13. Legs of steel, but I would have got through a lot of stuff that they couldn't bring me down that easy.
Yeah,
but I never got there. I was a friggin' tackle. No glory there.
I don't know. Linemen are the most important guys in the field.
Yeah, I know.
The trenches.
But the audience doesn't know that. They look for the Brady.
Oh, yeah.
They look for, the receivers. I would have been a decent receiver. I always had good hands. So.
That's what I wanted to be, but we didn't have receivers in high school.
Now, this is the time that I take a time out and I put on my glasses to see who's calling in. Brian Cuss from England, United Kingdom, something like that. Hey, Donnie, what's up? Big B and Big G. Hey, brother, what's up, pal? I got my man here. He's the best. Hi, Donnie T and guest. Big G. Big G. Hey, Richie. They all talk to one another. They don't say shit to me, though. It's all right. As long as they're here.
Yeah.
This is, I call it our hangout. And they come to hang out.
Yeah.
Every show. They're here. They're loyal. They're loyal. So,
Best thing you can be.
Yeah. I hope, I don't know if some of you people don't know that they can comment. But you can comment. And also, what else can they do?
Subscribe.
Tell them. What are you telling me for?
I was just looking at subscribe.
Subscribe. It costs you nothing. But subscribe so I can stay relevant and we can continue this show.
There you go. We love you. That's what it says.
What's that?
Someone said, we love you, Donnie T.
Oh, who said that? I got to see. The Italian Stallion. We love you, Donnie T. And I love you guys. You know that. Even when there's no show, I make a show out of it.
Yeah.
This is it. This is my life. I have a good time doing this here. And just for everybody, and I say it all the time, I don't make 10 cents doing this. Never got involved with acting because of money, anything like that. Of course, if it came, I wouldn't, poo-poo it, But I would go to my kids and, my grandchildren, of which I have 7,
Wow.
Yeah, so I have a good time doing this here.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, it really is. And, you can tell your friends about it and they don't have to watch it the night of. They can go on and watch all the other stuff I have. Does your father like boxing?
He does, yeah.
Well, if he likes boxing, Mr. O, I had on Vinny Paz a couple of weeks ago, 5-time world champ, sweet out of a guy. He's a real good guy. Got a tattoo on his hand. 5 times, it says 5X. Real good guy. But he, when he had that car accident, he broke his neck. And he was laying in a hospital bed. And the doctor said, Mr. Pazienza, I don't know if you're going to be walking again. And he looked at the doctor and he says, let me tell you something. I'm going to be fucking fighting again. And from then on, he got 3. Oh, you saw the movie.
Yeah.
Got 3 more titles. And he fought some animals, And his trainer, Kevin Rooney, used to train Mike Tyson. So, and I was talking to Vinny, and I said, Vinny, I saw something. When you were fighting your later fights, I saw a little Mike Tyson maneuvers. He says, yeah, you're right. He says, that's what Kevin taught me. And he brought it. I'll tell you, he brought it. He was tremendous. I was at his house. Did I show you the picture?
Yeah, you showed me.
Yeah, he was a great guy. Great guy. He was pretty humble. Invited us over. The only thing is, I got to go to Rhode Island to get him. So,
boxers are the toughest guys out there.
Well,
I like fighters, but fighter-wise, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They are tough. I love Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
My son interviewed Tyson twice.
Oh, really? That must have been awesome.
Yeah, I'm dying to meet him. I know a woman from Revere that used to clean his house, and I know another guy, the real estate guy, that's good friends with him. So when I go out there, I go out December 20th with my son. He's going to fly here, and we're going to drive out there with my car. Because I can't be in Vegas for 4 months without a car.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do more podcasts out there. I'm going to try to do it like a Zoom thing.
Yeah.
So that, I can do that. And I wanted to say right now in front of you, in front of anybody that's watching, you have an open invitation to be on my show.
Thank you.
As time goes on, and you're going to develop more and more skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want you to say, Donnie T said I could come back at any time. And that's it. This is a family atmosphere. We can't see them, but we have to feel their presence.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, and it'll be a great exercise for you. Go in your bathroom and talk to yourself.
Talk in the mirror.
For a whole hour. Like I did it. I did it a few times. I says, holy shit, what am I going to think about to talk about? As you can see right now, I just keep talking. I don't even know where it comes from, But
I don't think I want to listen to myself for that long. Well, I can talk. I don't think I want to listen.
Nah, you'll be all right. You're going to talk and you're going to listen. And you're going to say, hey, a lot of times some of the material you come out with, you say it in the mirror. I did all my writing too when I did comedy. Maybe I got some things you might want to look at, So, but yeah, I did all right with it when I first started,
Mm-hmm. Well, so was it? Did you always want to do it, or was it Johnny that was just like?
Well, you know what? I can't say no. I'm going to tell you. I went to a school when I first started at 27. Went to the acting school, and there was a girl that was in the school, and she had a gift, She could read well, reading is very important, and how you read, And I watched it, and we got to be friendly, and I says, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to do comedy. I was 27. I'd like to do comedy. Why don't you do it? We'll do it as a team. Because I didn't have the balls to do it alone. To be honest with you, I did not have the balls. And she says, no, I don't know. I don't think that's for me. I said, oh, come on. And it started there and it ended there. However, I always thought that I could have been successful at it. Mm-hmm. I really do. Because I used to, when I first started acting and stuff, and I was never a big drug guy. I don't like drugs at all, But back in the day, everybody smoked a little. Okay, be honest with you. And I was no different. But I learned that as creative as you think you are, when that anxiety hits you, and smoking pot will give you anxiety, depression, and it's a hard thing to deal with. But I was at my peak creatively. But I noticed that even without it, I was creative. Mm-hmm. And a lot of stuff I did, I wish I taped it all, because I was always very creative,
Yeah.
Comedically,
Yeah, it was like that was like a big reason I got into it because I was always, I don't know, I always was like chasing a laugh, like in school or practice.
Class
whatever.
clown.
Yeah.
I was a
much,
class clown. Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I saw you set up the joke, you watch the audience, and you hit it with the punchline,
Mm-hmm.
and you get the teachers to laugh, and you say, "Oh shit, I love this!" Right?
Yeah, it's like the best feeling ever.
Yeah, but my marks didn't show it.
Yeah.
My mother, you didn't do great in school.
No, I wasn't the best. I mean,
Yeah.
my dad always says like, he's like, "I never seen you open a book the whole 4 years you were in high school," which I didn't.
No,
But,
really. Playboy didn't count, right?
No.
Yeah, no, I was like that too. The only book I read when I was in high school, and it was a book I didn't have to read, it was called Fear Strikes Out. It was the Jimmy Pearsall story. Somebody you don't even know, but he was a center fielder for the Boston Red Sox. And it was a movie called Fear Strikes Out. So that's the only book I read at that point in time. And I just found out recently that Dean Martin, one of my favorites, everybody loves him. Anyway, the only book he ever read was Black Beauty.
I never heard of it.
That was a story about a horse. So it's a lot of people don't read.
Yeah, I was never big into reading.
No.
I mean, I'll read like the news and stuff.
Yeah.
But I won't pick up a book. I won't sit there and pick up a book.
No, I did that. I did a lot of reading as far as like acting books.
Yeah.
And even that I didn't like.
Yeah, but that's for like work.
Yeah, well, it's for work. It's I want to know a lot about a lot,
mm-hmm.
And I'll see something, I'll pick it up, and I might read a quick story. It's not like I'm not one of those to read the encyclopedia kind of story guys.
I'm not gonna go to a bookstore and
no.
pick something out.
Yeah.
And like, oh, this looks interesting.
Yeah, a guy like you, a guy like me, whenever we have to audition for something, and sometime somewhere along the line you might have to do that. Who knows with what you're doing, you may get called on to do a thing for maybe Boston Casting or something. Mm-hmm. So the best readers, like in other words, if you could read theatrically, or even it doesn't have to be theatrical, but it has to be so that you're interesting in your read. A lot of people can't read. That sucks.
Yeah. That's
I'm sure you can read.
Yeah, I've always been fine with like reading.
Yeah.
Reading out loud and stuff.
Yeah, me too. That's helped me to excel, but not with my marks. I quit.
I was good at history and math. That was it.
I hated math.
Really? I like math.
I got a math joke. Want to hear it?
Yeah. I'm
in my 7th grade math class, right? And I'm talking to Carolyn Shanahan. I liked Irish people, just to let you know. And I'm talking to Carolyn Shanahan, and we're talking back and forth. We cut up about everything. So she's laughing, I'm laughing. We got our heads down. Mr. Molino, the toughest teacher in the whole school. Tempesta, are you paying attention up here? Yes, Mr. Molino. What am I doing up here? I look at the board. There's fractions all over the place. Fractions, Mr. Molino. He says, okay. He says, if a dog ate 1 3/4 pounds of hamburger in 1 hour, how many would he eat in 3 hours? So I did what every young kid does. I looked up to God for the answer. And I'm looking up there, and I get it. That all depends on how hungry the dog was, Mr. Molino. Well, the whole class broke up, and he was laughing, his holding his belly. He says, very funny, he says. That'll cost you for unsatisfactory conduct. I says, that's okay, Mr. Molino. That makes it unanimous. Everybody gave me a U. That's a true story.
That's funny.
Yeah. Every opportunity I had to make someone laugh, I did it. I was a natural comic back in the day. I still got time.
Oh yeah, in school, and sorry, it was just me. Like my whole all my friends in school, I still hang out with them to this day. But everybody's funny. There's not one like.
Yeah.
So it was always a fun time.
You cut up and yeah, you break them on each other a little
Oh
bit.
yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
gotta do that.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
Like if it's like outside looking in, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Stuff we say to each other, but
yeah.
but it's fun, and no one takes anything personal.
That's the bonding.
Yeah.
You got a bond, you know. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, I didn't realize, and my son too, he didn't understand that when they break your balls, excuse me, they're telling you, we want to see if you could fit into our crew.
Yeah.
And it's all about crews, you know
Yeah.
that. And sure enough, that bonding really works.
Mm-hmm.
And my son was having a lot of trouble in school because, Dad, I used to get a call every day, noontime. Dad, this guy's picking on me. This girl's picking on me. This one's picking on me. That one's picking on me. So the principal said to me, Donnie, he says, you fought everybody in the projects. He says, yes, kid's not like you. I says, I understand, but I'm a single parent. He doesn't have a mother, you know, so it's a little different. So I took him out of school like a month early. And I loved it because I didn't have to get up in the morning to get him to school. And I took him around with my guys, with people that, you know, you're this, you're that, yeah, your sister's ass,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that. And he saw that, wow, they just called my dad this, or he called him that. Yeah, but my dad had a great comeback, and he said this, and he said that. And it started to dawn on him. That's like the whole bonding thing.
Yeah.
It's important, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure your dad, even though he's the boss, and he breaks balls with his friends.
Oh yeah.
No two ways about it.
Me and my brother too.
Yeah, he's probably got a black belt in breaking balls.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
What do you call it? He calls it like verbal karate or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly. But you know, there comes a time for seriousness.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure he knows how to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even better. But people, when they come up together, there's certain things that are acceptable to one another. You know, as you get older, you know,
Mm-hmm.
People change. Your best friends back in the day maybe aren't even friends today, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But true. And some of them that were still are. It's a tough pecking order that happens, you know.
Yeah.
I love my friends and my family. I don't have to be with people all the time. I live alone. I was married twice, but I love alone. You know why? Because I always know where my TV clicker is. Ain't that the truth? Right? Said, who's got the clicker? Oh, I'm sitting on it. That's important, my friend. You know, so you're a young guy. You got your whole life ahead of you, and I envy you. And just remember, dreams are only dreams. And I heard this from Denzel, so it's not original, but I'm sure I thought like that.
Yeah.
Unless you act on them, they'll always just remain dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But you're putting action to your dreams.
Yeah.
And you're going to be successful at it. You're going to be real successful at it.
Thank you. I'm going to try.
No, you're not. You're going to, I don't want to hear I'm going to try. What are you supposed to say? What are you really supposed to say?
I'm going
to do it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So anybody could just try, because a lot of times they try and goodbye.
Yeah.
You got to go for it. You know, go for the gusto, because you got it. You know,
you
believe me when I swear to God, and I watch comics. I've been watching them for years. Sometimes I go to the club, and there's a lot of good comics in Boston. This is one of the highlight capitals of comedy in the world. And I'll see other people, and I say, That's what made me do comedy, because I saw some of them and I said,
I can do this. Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't that great. You know, it was okay. You know, some of them are just okay, and some of them huge. And you've dealt with a lot of the huge ones.
Mm-hmm.
Paul being one of them.
Oh, Paul.
You know, Paul, Johnny's good. Lenny's great.
Yeah. Tony V.
Tony V. Love Tony.
Love Tony. Tony V's the best.
In fact, I got a story for Tony when I see him too. The other night, right? I'm looking for people I want to bring on the show. People that I feel are special. And I got Tony V. And I call Tony V. He answers the phone. I'm saying, yeah, what's up? What are you doing? I said, well, I'm trying to get you to be on my podcast. You know, we're going on and on and on. I must have talked to him for 10 minutes. And at the end, he says, do you know who this is? He's playing me. The little shit is playing me, right? Street guys are like that.
Yeah.
And he's playing me. And his name is Tony V. He says, do you know who this is, Donnie? I says, you know, whoever it is, I knew your voice wasn't the voice of Tony V, my Tony V. Tony V is a barber in puberty. I said, you fuck. I said, you got me. I said, but let me tell you something. You know, Donnie T, I'm going to get you back.
Yeah.
I promise you that. Yeah. I waited 40 years to get a guy back from messing with me like that.
It's a long time.
Oh, but I mean, I didn't like stand around thinking about it. But I got an opportunity. It was funny as hell too. But yeah, so let's see. Must have had like 19 girlfriends in your life. What did you tell me? Your romance is done for a while?
Yeah. For a while, I gotta focus on this.
Yeah. Well, look at you. You're a handsome guy. And then there's a million of them out there.
Yeah.
Don't let them stump your growth. That's the whole thing.
Well, yeah, that was a big part of it.
Yeah, a lot of times it could be a man, could be a woman.
It's definitely women.
Yeah, they have that control thing about them. They want to control who you are because they don't want to lose you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. They don't want to lose you. So they make life miserable for you until you want to be lost, right or wrong. So, yeah, there's only so much you can do, you know. And the funny thing is eventually it might end anyway.
Yeah, so.
And you're stuck not doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if she doesn't want to go along with the program, the fuck out of town. Get out of town, right? You know what I mean? So I've had my share of situations like that. And Donnie, why do you want to be an actor? Because I like acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better if you just stayed around here and we can get it? I don't think so. Yeah. You know, I was a sucker, though, for women a lot of times, too. And that's why I say what I say to you. Live your life. Mm-hmm. Be who you are. Don't be who they want you to be.
Exactly.
You know? So I hope you guys don't mind me trying to school your son a little bit. I'm sure everything I'm saying to him you've already said. Right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's good to hear, though. Keep it in mind. Because, yeah, I don't know. So it was more distracting than anything, especially with this. And I didn't really realize it till afterwards. And, you know, I think I'm better off, you know, going after this.
100% you are. 100%. You're going to be your best you.
Yeah.
And if look, you don't want to be a puppet. And you don't need a puppeteer.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be you. That's it. And anything that comes of you being you, having the confidence to be yourself, will be so rewarding. In the end, you'll say, you know what? I stuck to my guns. If that person wants to be in my life, let them make the adjustment. I know who I am, and I know what I want to be. You know, your kid's a good kid, okay? I'm talking to you guys like you're here, and I know you're watching, because if you're not, I'm surprised. But your kid is a great kid, you know. I'm telling you something I think you might already know, but
they might not.
No, I can't tell you any of the secrets he told me, or you might not like him anymore. No, I'm kidding. Oh, great kid, So
Thank you.
as I was with my son, I'll be with you. I'm going to always encourage you when I see you. But I want you to think of this. Anytime you want to come back on and, think of some stuff that you want to talk about and stuff like that. You are a shy person. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah.
And it's hard to just start talking a lot. I could have talked for 10 minutes and said, okay, that's it. That's all we got for tonight. No, I want people to see you. I want them to hear you, what you got to say. And I want them to like you as much as I do. Hold on. Let me see. We got any other people out here? Oh, Donnie, you should have my brother Jay on some night. I already asked him. He's in LA, he told me. I would love to have him here. He's quite an actor, by the way. I was in a movie with him, but he had a real role and I had a little shit thing. But yeah, Jay's a good man. Good man. Not only as an actor, but as a human being, he's a good man. It's not the same Jay you're thinking of, whoever you're thinking of. Thinking of another Jay?
No, I'm just
I'm
agreeing with you. He's probably a good guy.
No, he's a great guy. He's from Southie, actually. And Stallion, you ain't too shabby either. Hey, I got to ask you. There's a Mikey that lives in Florida. Is that a relation? If you know who I'm talking about. I know Jay knows this guy. He seems to be a nice guy, and I've kind of adopted him as well. So just let me know if I'm talking about the right guy, or if not, I'll stop talking to him. So, yeah, this is fun doing this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see where we're at here. Oh, 9 more minutes, guys. You can hang in there for 9 more minutes. I want this man to be on as long as he wants to be on.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I'm trying to think of something. So if you weren't going to be a comedian, what else would you be?
Probably a plumber. That's what I'm doing right now.
A plumber?
Yeah.
That's what I might call you.
I suck at it.
You're like every other plumber I know. I'm going to call you. Oh, no, don't call me. I suck at it.
No, I play hide and seek at work all day.
Oh, do you really? Oh, you're working for your dad?
No, I'm in the plumbers union. So
how many unions can you be in? You're about 6 of them, right?
No, I'm just in one. Just the plumbers union.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not in the same union as dad?
No, I was for a little bit.
Fired you?
No.
Son, you're gonna go, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Is that what he said?
No, it was more like I originally applied for the plumbers union.
Yeah.
And then didn't get in there at first. So I was in the Teamsters for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they ended up calling, so I jumped over there.
That's cool. I wish you were an electrician.
Oh yeah, it was too hard for me.
Definitely too hard for me. You ready for this? I have an adjustable bed. You press the button, it goes up and down.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't moved for 5 years at least. So if you were an electrician, it's probably even longer than 5 years. I'm stuck up. I can't go down. I can't go up further. So I got to get somebody that's in town. Any electricians out there, please give me a call. But it's got to be free work, like I do free for you. So
yeah. I mean, yeah, if you need any like small stuff like toilet, sink stuff, I could do that stuff.
Oh,
any important stuff that has like to do with they could like possibly
stuff.
They could possibly like blow up your house. I'm not gonna do it.
I don't want shit to hit the ceiling or the walls. Yeah. So you guys are on the kitchen table. Do you guys have kitchen all the time? It's got to be hard with your dad's job. He's flying all over the place. So.
Oh yeah, like dinner and stuff.
Yeah.
No, never. We've never really done that.
No. Yeah.
Because my parents split up when I was 10. So.
Oh, they're not together.
No.
And they're both watching from different houses right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, they still go along great afterwards. So
that's the best thing. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
We were lucky.
You listen. I think there should be a law that says people should not live together because they will love each other forever if they're not in the same room at the same time, all the time, every day. That's anyway, that's what I experienced. But that's great. They still get along.
Oh yeah,
That's important.
yeah.
So you never had that sit down?
No, not really. And then even when we would have dinner, it would be like quick because like my mom had to drive my brother to practice, or I had to go to practice, and no one was really home at the same time. She was working.
That's a typical
She always made
American
sure
family.
Yeah, she always made sure we had dinner, but we never really sat down together like much.
Yeah, a typical American family. Well, back in the day, when my dad did construction most of his life when he worked, and my mother was a homemaker and a bookie, and we would. My mother was very creative. Many times we had no food, but my mother would come up with like tuna casserole and polenta. Does your mother know what polenta is? Well, that's a poverty. Yeah, it's like poverty lasagna, but there was no lasagna. It's cornmeal with a meat sauce, grated cheese. It costs about 17 cents. To die for. I loved it. All us kids would sit around and have polenta. So, poverty was like, it was a neighborhood thing. We all kind of got along because of that, polenta.
Did you have brown bread in a can?
I've seen that once.
My dad used to have that when he was growing up.
Yeah.
And he used to get it all the time, me and my brother, and I still get it today because I think it's like the best thing in the world. It tastes so good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Heat it up, some butter.
Did you ever have alligator shoes?
No.
Well, alligator shoes are different than the kind that these people are thinking of. It's alligator shoes where I came from was when the sole leaves the rest of the shoe and it goes like this.
Oh,
it flaps. Those are like alligator shoes. And if you had a hole in your shoe and you found a nice piece of dry cardboard and you put it in your shoe, man, that was a score,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if your parents ever went through that, but poverty, I don't know if it was fun, but it's fun talking about it.
Yeah, memories.
Yeah, they're good memories. Let me see where we're at, buddy. Oh, you know what? Let's do the whole 3 minutes. We've got 3 minutes left. So we're going to say we did a whole hour together, But I hope you're gaining something from sitting here doing this here.
Yeah.
I hope you are,
I am. It's good. This is fun.
Yeah, I hope so. And like I said, you're welcome anytime. And see if your dad ever wants to come on the show. I'd love to have him on.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about. No two ways about it, Maybe you'll get me a job. No. I'm too old. I don't want to work. So as long as I would have the allowance to do my podcast whenever I want.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
I think that could happen.
Yeah. I think your father can make anything happen, within the confines of his occupation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure whatever he does, and I know pretty much it didn't come overnight.
No, definitely not.
No, you gotta really hit the pavement. And I'll tell you one thing him and I got in common: hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a hustler my whole life,
Yep.
And I used to move furniture. I did a lot of hard jobs, and I made shit for money. When I started doing my own thing, I was never rich. Let me not make you believe that. But I made a living. I did what I had to do. And sometimes you got to do stuff you don't even want to do to make your family live a better life. That's what I did with my kids. So.
Yeah. My mom hustler too.
That's good.
Yeah, she owned a hair salon for like 25 years.
Oh, I went to hairdressing school.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. but I never did it. I didn't like it, you know.
Yeah. Well, she still does it, but she sold it last year.
Where is it? What city?
It was in Winchester.
Oh yeah, no, because I used to sell to. That was her hustle. My hustle was going to the beauty salons with like the knockoff bags and stuff like that, and selling stuff like that. The DVDs when they were popular.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mama, I did it all, kid.
Yeah.
Winchester, huh? I'm trying to think if there was. Oh, Winchester. I used to belong to the Sons of Italy in Winchester. If she ever went there, she would have saw me.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
The Sons and Daughters of Italy.
Yeah, her place was called Eclipse. It was right in the center.
That sounds familiar.
And then they moved behind Gloria's.
Huh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody enjoyed an evening with my pal, Sean Obrian. I want you to look at his face because this man is going to make it. I got a lot of faith in him.
Thank you.
And he will do fine. Okay. This was an honor for me. I'm here at the ground floor. It pretty much is the ground floor.
Yeah.
So, and that's about all I can say this evening. To your parents, I say, you raised a great kid. God bless you guys. I wish you well in everything you do. And my pal,
Thank you.
see you guys.